I'm gonna get right to it.
Uncovering music by new and up-and-coming great artists.
And the Grammy goes to
the next big thing. This is Untouched Melodies.
Talk to him. Talk to him. Talk to him.
Well, hello. It is another Untouched Melodies, and I have very special guests. They're actually returning to speak with me because we were just chatting about this before the show, but they are the reason why this was even created. They were actually on my sister, or I guess the OG podcast, Unscripted Perspective, and had a great interview. So now I'm meeting them to see what they've been doing. So this is an awesome podcast. Welcome, guys. How are you?
I love the intro, man.
Yes.
I just got a guitar like that. I just had to buy one. Mine snapped at a show 2 days ago. It's gone.
The wind blew.
The dumb look on my face when I realized that you changed the name of the podcast, like, or the interview, like right now. Like I'm looking and I see Untouched Melodies. I'm like, oh, I posted Unscripted Perspective on Instagram. Wow, I'm stupid. So
It's all good. No, it's all good. It actually kind of filters in. So, long story short, it's Unscripted Productions is what I created for this, for creating other iterations of podcasts. But essentially, you inspired this one, so I appreciate that.
No, we appreciate it.
Yes,
We're glad to be here again.
But welcome, guys. You've been doing quite a bit. I've been following intently with all the works and reels and everything that's come out. The last time we spoke, your single Rust was released, which has been insanely popular. So tell us a little bit about what you've been doing.
We've been basically just we just released a new single called The Sound of Giving Up. We released it in Charlotte at Carowinds, and yeah, we just been kind of like doing stuff with that. We're currently in the works for a music video that we're recording right now ourselves. So we're seeing how that turns out.
Okay.
And then just like all over doing reels, TikToks. Haven't done one in like a couple weeks because of all the shows, but we're picking back up on that, and that's kind of like where we're at right now. We're just keep
You're
pushing
busy.
this song. Yeah.
You're very, very busy. You're doing correct me, the name of the tour is the songs you didn't like or something. Is that what it's called?
Close. It's a little more mean. It's called Every Song That You Hated.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
like, wow. I mean, I don't think I have any songs that you hate, but cool.
That tour name is actually a bite from a lyric from a song that's coming out next.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah,
Awesome. Well,
it's a cool song.
so for those who haven't seen the first podcast, obviously I encourage you all to go listen to that. But I'm gonna play one of my faves from the last show, which is "Woke Up in California," just to give a taster of some of the older stuff, and then we'll talk about some of the newer stuff that's come out. Okay, so just for those who weren't listening the first time, here we go with "Woke Up in California."
You hit me up again. Spent another day in my bed. Woke up in California. Your perfume marbling. And spent another day in my head. My body, your aroma. You said it's harder to love when you're someone else. The more you want it, the more that you find yourself. 'Cause I never want to lose a friend, but I can't stand to sit here on my own again. And baby, I never want to lose a friend, but I can't stand to sit here on my own again. You left me all alone but spent another day in my phone, asking me to come over. Your love is getting bound.
All right, that's a minute and 12 seconds, so we're gonna leave it there. I want people to go out and listen to your music and continue to listen to your music, because it is insane how good it is, and how you haven't been like on all the charts and stuff. It's just nuts. But "Woke Up in California" is actually one of the songs from the last show that I told you that really just grabbed me. It was just a great song. But that lyric, "Been on my own again, but you've been all over my phone." Like, I'm just like, that's exactly what you go through. You're just like,
Yeah. My favorite lyric from that song is the more you wander, the more that you find yourself in the pre-chorus. That's a really cool lyric.
oh yeah, dude. It's just really well written. So well done. And it amazes me every day, but your voice, dude, is so good. Like, I don't like, literally you could do so many things, and you're just killing it right now. I just love it. So well done.
Thank you.
But
That's
recently, so you released Rust, obviously from the first show. That was the release episode that we did, and then you released the acoustic version of Rust. What brought that on? That was a kind of a, I was like, what acoustic? And it sounds amazing too. It's like, wow. Is that just because you're like performing it live and you just thought, screw it, why not?
we'll probably do it for the sound of giving up too, but what we like to do these covers, like these TikTok reel type covers, where I set up my keyboard, we set up a guitar line, and he sings, and we can just play live completely mixed, and it's really fun. So we just decided to record the whole thing, just like front to back, the full song, and we took it, mastered it, and put it out this time.
It's so good, dude. It's really
Thank
good.
you. Thanks, man.
I got shot pretty bad last time I didn't ask a question, and I'm gonna ask you this now because um uh, they're a teacher and they're wondering why you called yourself a Recess. So where did the name Recess come from? Just for giggles, because I never asked that question, and it's a pretty obvious one I should have asked the first time.
The meaning has kind of like evolved. So we started when we were young, so obviously we liked recess. And we hit a crossroads where we got older, obviously. And we're like, well, like, what does this mean? And we realized that our music, what we were writing at the time, was like kind of like an escape from everything. And
Mm,
that's what it felt like. Like, you take a recess from a court, it's all like the serious stuff. You get to leave and go have lunch, or, just
that's
like
cool.
ignore it for a little bit. So that's kind of what we go with now, is we're just a break from it, where we try to be.
Awesome. Yeah, that's a great meaning, and I appreciate the answer. That's awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
Um, Well, Rust obviously was the catalyst to us meeting, and I want people to hear that song. It was actually, it was, I was listening to it on repeat after we had our episode. It's just one of those songs that has been insanely popular, and on your top 5 songs, it's number 2. Considering you have a lot of songs out, that's a pretty good achievement. How does it feel when you see them just getting listened to so intently? Is that something that you're like watching, or do you just release and you're on to the next thing?
Yeah, we're always watching it, and it's really awesome to just like see a song that like we've been working on so hard like get recognized. And yeah, that song's been still rolling. It's consistently on radio and Spotify and stuff, and we're just like really grateful to everyone that listened to it. And we we just realized just keeping releasing the song and just making stuff around it and making it like really special is kind of like what we started to want to do with our songs. So like having seen the work pay off for it is like really cool.
The
Yeah,
streams are cool too, but like my favorite thing is when I see people singing it. And the cool thing is, like, we play our songs a little early. We like, before they're recorded, we play them so we see like just how people react to it, and like what ways we can make it interesting in certain parts.
right.
And I mean, our fans are so sweet that, you know, the song's not even out yet. It's coming out in a month, and you're looking out and they know all the words to the songs because we
Right,
played them
right.
before they come out.
I like how I like how Rust has been kind of like a because obviously like we've released stuff, at least we've had like a plan for how we release our music for at least since like 2019, where we've had a consistent, you know, whatever it is, and then COVID, whatever, and then afterward, you know, like getting into this like, you know, single release stuff for the past couple of years. And Rust has really been like the first song that we've released, I think, that is like holding our streams together, because you know when you have a single, all your stuff goes like this, and then it goes like this, and you know
Yeah, yeah.
it generally it's on the way down, like any song, even big artists, that's the way it goes. So
Right.
but this one has gone like this, and other songs will go like this, and after, you know, 4 or 5 months it'll stay lower, where this one is like it's the first one that's really you know, a crutch, and we don't have that much music that's out, so like it was bound to be that way, you know, for one. But it's like good to see that, and the sound of giving up is even better, and it's staying higher, you know, like it's really consistent, where that peak, after that peak, it's not going down as quick as it was, and it's kind of like people are staying into it, and obviously like playing shows and stuff like that really helps. We played Cedar
Right.
Point recently, that which is huge every year, and our festival run that we're doing right now has been helping a lot. But it's just nice to see, you know, just something consistent, and it's cool. It's cool to see the growth from where we were at, you know,
And
before.
honestly, that's the biggest thing for me is the growth. I mean, um, we listened to pretty much all of your songs, the last show that we're in, um, and you got consistent feeling behind the music, and it comes from a great place. I think that's the thing that really inspires me as a listener, is that it's never like dark or whatever. It's coming from a good place, and it's coming from real emotions, and you generally want people to feel good but also connect with the song. So it's like the most recent one, The Sound of Giving Up, it just it resonates with so many people. Like, I sent when you released it, I sent it to a guy I work with, and because he's going through some relationship stuff, and it's like, here you go. And he's listened to this like several times and has told me, oh yeah, no, I've listened to it about 4 or 5 times in a row, just because it does like hit that chord with me. And so it's not just about the content, it's the people connecting with the content. And I think you're very authentic in the way you create. So The Sound of Giving Up, even though it is an amazing song, it's a from a catalog of songs that you've been building up to this point. Rust was honestly for me the catalyst to you just kind of go in a different direction, in my opinion, as far as the sound. But The Sound of Giving Up is just amazing. It's just incredible. So well done.
The
Thank
cool
you.
thing about that song is the lyric that starts off, because you're talking about how it sounds like authentic, is in the first verse it says, sitting parked in the driveway, hidden on my own, and I almost given up. And that's
Yeah.
literally where I wrote the lyrics. Was I was in the driveway. It was during lockdown, the studio shut down. We just got off like a 2019 super high, and we're just like, what are we gonna do? And like we had no idea. So I was just in my car staring, you know, at the sky, and I didn't know like what I was gonna do. And I just started writing the lyrics to that.
Well, everybody loves you, but Angela loves you even more, because not only do you
Well,
Love
support
Angela.
her daughter in her musical career, but you also you just sound amazing, and you're from the same town. So that's always good, you know what I mean? Angela,
They
thanks
just
for tuning
released a
in.
song as well.
Say that
Uh,
again?
Alexis just released a song as well.
Yes.
I've been listening to that one.
Yeah, no, I listen to anyone that's been on the show. I listen to the stuff intently, and I follow them on Spotify. So it's like anyone that yes, I do. They are my guys. Yes. Well, they're my guys first, so let's not fight.
Oh, hold on.
Hold on a minute. Hold
That
on.
show we just played, it was their show. They let us come up and play a couple songs. It was super fun. And that night was awesome. They killed it. We got to come up and just go crazy for a while. And they got back on and blew us out of the water. So
Wow. Okay. All right. Well, Angela's going to town on this one. I think I might
Just
roll
like-
over. She's too nice.
It's just
So I can't like do that. And I have too much respect for Alexis. But no, Angela's a great supporter of the show and has been for a long time. From the first time I had Alexis on the Unscripted Perspective, much the same as you guys, and then she came back for Untouched Melodies and did a release show with me. But all in all, you surround yourself with people that are creatively similar to you in the sense um, that their music comes from a great place. Alexis is just one of those artists, but you have so many people surrounding you, and you, like I've said to your mom before, who messaged me on Facebook initially, like the music again is just so genuine. And so, where do you get your inspiration for this stuff? You were sitting in your driveway when you got that lyric to "The Sound of Giving Up," and truly, mental health is one of those things that's a huge topic in music and everything right now, and so people resonate with that hugely. But where are the inspirations for? Is it like a collaborative effort, or is one of you kind of just coming up with an idea and then running with it, or how does that work?
Well, we both go back and forth. It sometimes like he'll come in with like him or I will come in with a melody, and we'll just like work off of it, or like with a chord progression. And he came in with that, and we just kind of worked through it. And
I was talking to somebody I know about this the other day, and that song actually wasn't supposed to exist. So we were in the studio recording The Valley in the Fog, our third EP, and the guy we were working with has an upright piano outside of his studio room, and
Mhm.
I just started playing that beginning, the da 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 da, and I was like, I'm just messing around with this, and he sang a melody that ended up becoming like this the return to melody of the song, like the one that really like anchored the song down, and
Mhm.
we wrote it, and I was surprised because I was like I was just playing this thing. I never thought it would be a song, but
I'm surprised you remembered that, because I just remembering that now. Like I what I remember is we had that, and then it was towards the end of the song, and then we were somewhere, and then I was like I was like, dude, what if it went like this? And na it's over, but it's all I've got. I know I had na 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 na. And then we built off the ending it on that. So
Awesome.
that's what I remember from the song, but I'm remembering that now, but that was such a long time ago too.
well, and then what's cool too is so we'll build a song like that, and it kind of like has its own vibe. It like you can feel it, and after that, I kind of get to just take it and decide where it goes lyrically. So like Rust was really interesting because I just had that first line, and I like story-based songs a lot. A lot of our songs coming out soon are like very real and very like
Right.
about our lives, very topical to our own personal lives. But Rust was a song I was just able to write like a really cool story for, and I just started with she's been living behind the scenes and got her start in magazines, and I just didn't know where to go, and I just built off of it and off of it, and there's a couple Easter eggs in that song about some things I was delving into at the time, like I tell everyone this all the time. I've never said it officially, like live on air, but in the bridge, I was very into reading like old, almost like theological stories, and the one I was listening to at the time, I listened to a documentary explanation of Dante's Inferno, and that song is just like about this girl that's stuck somewhere where she can't get out, and I think it's the seventh circle where it talks about the people who are stuck in tombs inside of a city, like in that ring. And in the bridge, that's where I came up with the line, enclosed in a city built on broken dreams, who knows how long she'll be here. And then tiptoe, because the devil's closer than you think, is a double entendre type thing where the
Right.
devil's in the next circle, and at the same time it's like be careful, because like you don't know, like you can't trust everybody in the industry you're in, which is in the beginning of the bridge. It says white lies slip right through the room between their teeth. That like it's a cool story.
It's amazing. It's amazing the way you come up with your lyrics. Now, obviously, we know who sings, but have you like dabbled? Because if you're writing a lyric, sometimes it's difficult to let go of those. Like, I know ghostwriters everywhere are going to be like, I do it for a living, but like, um, when you create something, you almost want to be the one telling the story. Have you dabbled with that idea? Like maybe do you feel like you have the vocals to pull off something or do something that you might be singing it considering you wrote it?
How it usually goes is, so we'll get together and write like basically the foundation, and I get to like play with it like clay, like after that, and kind of see like what I can do with it. And once I get the lyrics made, since like the consonants and stuff and like the rhymes are so like important, I'll make some sort of like demo of me singing, like just like me going through the song, and I'll give it to him and he'll change it and just make it better. So I don't think I've ever really held on to it like, oh, like I killed this, because like he always does it better than me.
Well, it's also we go back and forth because sometimes, so when I come up with a melody, sometimes I'll just sing random lyrics that come to
I'm
me.
able to like put them in and
Yeah.
use our next song that we're coming out with. We haven't even recorded it yet, but he wrote most of the chorus, and I was able to kind of build off of it, like make a story off of it, it was a cool change of pace. But like yeah, I don't think I would ever really take the reins on it. The only thing I was dabbling with is at the end of the Sound of Giving Up, there's a demo that I made where I was so like emotionally distraught writing the song, where I actually do start crying at the end of the song in the
Wow.
demo. And I went up to him, I was like, you think you could do this? Like, are you able to like cry in the recording? And he got pretty close to like the emotion that I had. But I was talking about possibly putting it at the end, but maybe someday we'll do a version where
I think
I
you
don't know.
did put it in the background.
I did
Yeah.
not.
That's why I
So,
thought.
the strong and silent type over to your right there is just kind of listening to this going, so anyway.
That's
Oh, he's got his guitar parts in it.
There's-
He's got some
Right.
Yeah.
really cool guitar parts in that
So
song.
my question for you, you play for Alexis. You actually do guitar stuff and you tour around. You're not just performing with these guys. Creatively, that has to be a blessing as well, because you get to see so many other things happening, and the way other people perform and all that kind of stuff. Has that helped you build your performance style and maybe see how the other half live, I guess, when it comes to being on stage? Because you're like, I see videos, and obviously it's for a video, and I also see like clips on YouTube or Facebook of live performances, and you tend to be like pretty focused, but the lively one of the group, if that makes sense, where you're connecting with your audience really well. So is that just a natural thing, or does that come from seeing other performers or emulating other performers that you respect or admire?
So that's a good question. I like people that ask me questions like that because I won't just say that all the time. So it kind of stemmed from, me and Vince have been performing for such a long time, and Vince grew into a really good on stage performer, and where like I feel like I don't know about him personally, and this kind of stems into like what we were talking about with the lyrics, like like we wrote like The Sound of Giving Up, and it's a really deep meaning of song. But Anthony, like when we're writing, he's like, this is what the song's about, this is this, and we play it, and that's what it is. But there's no like we don't talk about our feelings together and like cry together. Like we don't
Mm.
like that's not how we are. Like but I wanted to like but seriously
all
like
sitting in a
like,
room with a round table and a box of chocolates.
right.
and-
Yeah, but like
Yeah.
I wanted to like add in that like it's funny that the music is what puts out these emotions. So a lot of times when Anthony and Vince like come to us with a song, I go, okay, so that's what was happening at this point in their lives. Like that's where I find out. Because all of us generally are a little bit more we don't like going out there being like, this is how I feel, this is like that, you know, we're not really like that. So same thing, I'm tying this back into how I used to perform, but Vince grew into a really good onstage performer. And you know, me and him are similar off stage where we're a little bit more soft spoken. He's a lot better, I think, than I am at it. But he grew into this like cool on stage performer and all this stuff. And I kind of just couldn't get to a point until very recently where I felt comfortable physically like performing. And it's still tough for me to like look at people in the eye. And
You do it well though. I mean,
I-
if you're nervous or you're going through some stuff, it doesn't show because you're it looks like you're just focused and then acknowledging the fact that there are actually other people looking at you as well. So it doesn't show if there is anything going on there, but again, it just makes people when people hear that, you know, anxiety and mental health and all that kind of stuff, like I said to you before, is such a big deal that people just assume that, oh yeah, they're on Spotify, they must be like veterans of the trade, like they must be doing really cool, or it mustn't affect them. They get up and do stuff really easily. But hearing you say that, you're like, well, actually, I don't like looking at people.
yeah, although like I love the people that sit there and watch us for a whole show. Like I see so many people walk away from performance and stages. Like so many people walk by, more people by 1,000,000% walk by a stage than stop and watch, no matter who's performing. Like it's just like how it is. So like it's just anybody that sits there and watches us, like it's very appreciative, and I love the people that are there. Like I'm glad they're there.
Right.
It's just tough to like, you know, you know, people are like smiling, just like, yeah, like look at people. And it took a little, it's taking a little bit longer to kind of get into that.
I remember
personality
one
that I'm
moment.
getting.
I remember one specific moment, and it's actually Angela that was doing a live video of Alexis, and you're playing, and she just like she shouts appreciation or whatever she did, and there's a sly little grin from you because you're like, ah, damn it, it's Angela, I can't not smile, you know.
I know.
It was pretty fun. But yeah, no, it's just like I said, it's always fun to see the different dynamics that you have and that you create within the industry, especially when you're performing with people. And everybody has a different love or hate of the craft that they're doing, but it seems like it comes in your stride, so it's pretty cool. Now what I want to do is go back to Rust and play a little of Rust, and then we'll do a little bit of the acoustic as well, just because I want people to see the difference of the creativity that's involved in releasing both of those versions.
That's right.
So
Show them Rust.
I will
Acoustic.
show them Rust. I'm interested.
Go ahead and show them, because we're upset about Rust Acoustic, because that song we worked really hard on that for like a month and a half, and then we didn't realize like apparently you need like what is it 2 weeks before?
We released it too fast for it to get under release radar quick enough, but it was fine. It was just fun to make.
Yeah.
So I did this for my last guest. So what I'm gonna do is if you're up for it, I mean obviously I prefer to do it for your newest single, but I will put down the gauntlet for everyone that watches the show and follows the Facebook and everything. And I actually put the gauntlet down and said we need to get this song to 1,000 listens before Monday. They got it to 2,500. So we're,
Oh,
I'm quite
nice.
happy to help out and assist with that. We'll do a challenge later on and see what happens. But first and foremost, we're going to listen to Rust because this this is this is the song that honestly I've become so used to because it's in my top listened to songs of 2000 whatever it's Spotify made playlist. And it just continuously comes on and I love it. So it always gets me bopping in the car as well on the way home. So here we go.
That's right, Phil.
She's been living behind the scenes and got her start in magazines. She's hot, a star, it's in her jeans, and she's loving it. Where everybody smokes cigarettes with blackened lungs and souls that best burn serpent tongues around their necks, and she's loving it. Yeah, and laying naked on the floor, she thinks for a minute. If her life could have no more, she just wants to live it. Everybody's living on but happy. Get so high you won't look down below. Rust in her blood and she goes on.
All right. So I don't want to get into the next verse because we get drawn into it and then I'm gonna listen to the whole song because that's normally what happens. So so that's the original, let's say the original version, if we want to call it that. And then the acoustic version really took me by surprise, if I'm being honest, because there's a lot about the first version that it like you waiting for that big like you know guitar or whatever the beat, and then all of a sudden it's not there, but you still feel it. It's like there's just a different vibe to it, and it actually, if you know, I hear more lyrics from the acoustic than I do the other one, and they're more pronounced, and I feel them more. So, it's a really good version, and honestly, it's not often that I appreciate an acoustic version of a song because people are doing them on YouTube all day, every day. But it's like this is well crafted, and you didn't just do it because there obviously was some creativity and creative reasons behind it. So we're gonna listen to that right now.
She's been living behind the scenes and got her start in magazines. She's hot, a star, it's in her jeans, and she's loving it. Everybody smokes cigarettes with blackened lungs and souls that fast burn serpent tongues around their necks. She's loving it, yeah. And oh, laying naked on the floor, she thinks for a minute. If her life could handle more, she just wants to live it. Everybody's living up but happy. Get so high you won't look down below. Rust in her blood and she goes on. Rust in her blood and she goes on.
Yeah, I love that version. I really do, and it's such a different feeling. Like, does that make sense? I don't even know
Yeah.
how that. It's the same song. I don't understand how that.
What
It's the
was
same lyrics. It's
what
the
was
same.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it's just raw. I love that. It's
What
really really
was
cool.
what was really cool about it is me and Alex actually kind of got to switch parts where because in the original Rust, I'm like the rhythm, I'm the backup stuff, and he's doing that guitar lick and the riff, and he got to do the rhythm on that one. I played the actual riff that the guitar does, and Rust is actually full of a lot of Eastern Asian instrumentation like a pipe ensemble, a guzheng, some erhus, and I got to kind of play with that in the acoustic version and make it more thematic. So
Right.
that was really cool.
Yeah, I was
we
gonna
got to
say
do
that
with it.
I think the acoustic version um, makes certain parts that are in the actual song stick out that may not have stuck out
Yeah.
to you beforehand. So like
Exactly.
those spatial awareness type sounds that are, the guitar is here in the chorus and you have the bass that's right here and you have the vocals. but like that stuff that's around you flying around in circles, and the
Mm.
acoustic version, it sounds different because it might be played by something else, but it's still there. So you kind of notice it. So if you listen to the acoustic first, or if you go the regular version acoustic back to the regular version, you'll be like, oh, okay, now it's kind of cool. So if
Yeah,
you
no,
do
it's very different. But I love it because the piano or keyboard, whatever you were using, it was just I don't know, it just grabbed my attention immediately because it's not what I was expecting. Because you're expecting this.
Living behind the scenes and got her start in magazines.
It's
She's
not
got the
piano.
star in
Yeah.
And you're also a little bit
magazines,
faster, is that
darling.
right? Is
Yeah,
the
I think
tempo a little bit higher in the original?
yeah, we kind of there's really no tempo in the acoustic version. We just played it live, so we didn't follow a
Oh,
click
it's
or
yeah,
anything.
Yeah.
it's really, really good.
So too, like if you go to our like Instagram, TikTok, anything that has like reels or whatever the videos on it, you could see the acoustic version. There's videos that we made on it. That's actually us recording that. So that's from there, or else I wouldn't be able to line it up. But yeah,
Yeah, that reel we put out of us doing. So what happened was before we decided to put it out, we did just a short version of it. And we played the whole song because we're like, oh, we can make like a couple videos out of it if we want. And then we just took that recording and added some stuff that we thought sounded cool. I played it live on my keyboard, like some shakers and stuff and some strings, and we mastered it and put it out. But like you said, it's really cool because that piano part's actually what the synth is doing in the real song. I'm just playing it like ballad-esque, and it does put a focal point on the vocal so you can really hear what he's saying.
Right. And I love that about it because honestly it is it's such a good sounding track, and I think it comes from a great bass as well. So now we move on to the new song because the new song is really why we're really here, if we're being honest. And the sound of giving up. Honestly, I love your cover art. It's just really, really good. It changes every time to like. It's really art. Like this, some people are lazy with their songs, and they just kind of go, just put the title, whatever, right? But you guys have like really put thought into this stuff. It's really, really good. Um, but
That's
the sound of
actually
giving up.
I
Yeah, go on.
I gotta shout her out. She did the Valley and the Fog artwork. We had another person do Rust, and then I had to go back to Jan Dranovic. She just does such good realism. We wanted it to look kind of like an oil painting, and that's the vibe she gave us, and she just always kills it.
Yeah, it's just it really is so good. Like I'm amazed how it's so original and you got the bomb dropping. I'm not going to ruin it for people. They can look it up, but
Yeah.
it's just so good. But again, the premise of the song, as you were talking about, it really resonates with a lot of people. So
Oh, one more
um,
Easter egg.
go ahead.
The city in the back is New York, which is where Rust is located if you look at that artwork.
Oh,
So
wow. You see, I
yeah.
wouldn't have noticed that unless you told me. So that's cool.
there's another Easter egg too. That I don't know if it's on any of the online stuff, but on our Rust t-shirts, there is a little bomb logo that that is on the bottom like left of the t-shirt.
Oh
There's
wow.
like a bunch of logos down there, and there's a bomb logo, and that was before we even released.
Yeah, like 3 months before
Yeah,
the
you
song
see,
came out.
I wouldn't know any of that because you guys haven't sent me any merch. So
I got to. It's my fault. I haven't put it up on the website yet, and I've been
uh,
getting yelled at for the past 2 weeks.
I'm just playing that guilt chord right now. It's
There's
playing really
actually there's the Sound of Giving Up t-shirt, and it's just not even on the website yet, and it's my fault.
Everyone smiked him.
It's my fault.
Yeah, this is my sound of giving up because
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm gonna do if I don't get any merch after this.
We'll give you something. We'll give you something.
All right, well, we're gonna play the sound of giving up right now, and it's just can I just say the vocals in this again? I don't know how you do it every time, but it's almost like you're trying to do it better. It's like you're You're like, all right, I did that last one, but I know I can do better. And there's so much more feeling in it. It's crazy. And maybe because it resonated with you for the topic that it is, etc. But like it just, yeah, again, blown it out of the park. So let's give this a listen.
Been parked in the driveway, hidden on my own, and I've almost given up. Written hands over my face, leaning on my door when the demons interrupt. You're halfway there and fine for the minute. I know you'll overcome. You're halfway there and time's got a limit, and yours is almost up. When every minute hides my confusion, so beautiful from space. How come you look so close, like you're right in front of me? And if they say that time is an illusion, why can't you see it all? How come you look so close, but you feel so far away? How come you look so close, but you feel so far away? A brittle heart of a lion, with the will so strong, not a guy could tear it off. It all fell apart with the timing, found a siren song and the sound of giving up. They say that you're halfway there and fine for the minute. I know you'll overcome, but you're halfway there and time's got a limit, and yours is almost up.
All right. Well, that's half the song anyway. I gotta hand it to you guys. You knock it out of the park every time, and it's time people started noticing because, to be fair, you deserve my hashtag is music's not dead for this, and there's a reason for that because mainstream, the Billboard, all that kind of stuff. You hear samey kind of stuff all the time, but you guys really are creating great music, and I really, really hope people start paying more attention. So, with that said, I'm gonna lay down a gauntlet that is pretty huge. I want to see. So right now, the Sound of Giving Up is where are we? Sound of Giving Up is 1,300 listens, but still the most popular. So we're gonna do that. Um, so I want to see it at least 2,000 by Monday. I would hope. But at least 2,000. That's the minimum I want. But we're gonna aim for a little higher. But I actually want to see Rust Acoustic in the top 5. So there it is. For everyone that follows and listens.
That's a big gauntlet.
That is
Yeah.
a big gauntlet. I don't even know how many listens are on there because it doesn't show me that.
Let me see. I could tell you. Hold on.
Go
Well,
for it,
I'm
yeah.
finding it.
I think the only song that does worse is the Horizons intro. That's our worst song.
I love the Horizons intro too.
This hits.
Oh, you
Oh
beat
my
me.
gosh.
Man.
It's bad. We've had 3 yesterday. We had 3 streams yesterday.
Let's see, all time.
We messed up the release real bad, but we wanted to
It
get
has
it.
But that's not,
700
you didn't mess up the release real bad. Let's be fair.
it has 751 streams.
Spotify.
751. So I would say to get it, it's not just about how many are listening or how many listens it has. It's also how frequent they are. So
Yeah, true.
that's something I learned very recently because if it were just on listens, your Home Away from Home would be top right now. But
Yeah.
so I want to see Rust Acoustic and The Sound of Giving Up with in the top 5. So that's the gauntlet. I'm gonna lay down the links in the social media, and we're gonna do this. This is what's happening.
We
Okay.
got a big sad vibe gauntlet.
It's
Sound
not
of
a
Giving
sad
Up
vibe,
and
but
Rust
I think it's
Ballad.
a great both great songs.
It's
So
called Great Song Gauntlet. That's what it
there
is.
it is. Yeah, no, that's exactly what it is. So I will say this. I did let you listen to it before, but the little guy wanted to make sure that I play this live.
Hi,
Yes.
Recess. I really like your music. Welcome to Daddy's podcast.
we need that clip.
Oh
We need that
yes,
clip.
he's a lover of everybody that I have on here because I listen to the music around the house. Like people don't understand this, but I invest heavily in the people that I have on the show. I don't just like, you look like you need some publicity. Come on, have a chat with me. I actually listen to the music, and so he was asking me who's on the show tonight, and it's the Rust song that he loves because it's the way it sounds and stuff. And he's bouncing around the house, and he's like, I want to do something on your podcast. So I was like, all right, but then
That's
it's-
awesome.
Yeah, swim in the booth.
That's it. All right. So also you're doing a tour. Obviously, I'm still kind of upset that it's not near the Pacific Northwest. Hopefully we can correct that soon. But tell us a little bit about the immediate dates that you might have that need some people to come and see you, because honestly, if you haven't seen them live or listened to them on Spotify, there's something wrong. Like there's seriously something wrong.
Our
So,
our
go
tour is
ahead.
very this year it's very regional, like located kind of Ohio, Michigan, like that area. But we do
Right.
have a couple dates where we're going to California, Alabama. We're trying for a couple other ones. But our next show is in Lexington, Ohio at the
Mhm.
Blueberry Fest. We will be dressed in our blueberry attire, which is just usually black and pink because that's all we know how to wear. I'm wearing red today. Me and you matching shirts. I love it.
Yeah, it's the
Spider-Man.
Yeah,
That's a
I
lot
would-
The
cooler
best
than-
superhero.
I would like to mention one thing that I've been looking at the whole time. So, Vince, put your arm right here. It looks like my face skin matches Vince's arm, and it looks like that my right arm is an imposter arm. Like look right here. Look, this is a separate. This right here is a separate person. Look, I just
Wow.
look like, yeah, you know, just
Oh,
I don't
but,
know. Look,
Let me
I have 2 right hands.
let me mention this. So we have a portion of our set where we do all of our like deep orchestral stuff, like some early stuff like Leaving Home, What's the Game? It always goes crazy. And for the podcast, I brought what I bring live, my sword.
Oh wow, that's
I
awesome.
hold it up. It's from Lord of the Rings, actually. I got it on Amazon.
I love it. I love
But
that.
it's heavy, it's real. And during our last set or song of the set, the what's it called, the speech and What's the Game plays before leaving home, and it says let us raise our swords to the air, and I lift the sword, and
Oh, that's cool.
I feel like a D&D character for a
Well,
couple minutes.
if we're gonna call out like little things that are wrong with the stream, I always have to call out the fact that I have
Yeah.
green headphones.
You look. I was gonna say you look like you were giving your Van Gogh.
He's got a hole in his
your whole.
head.
Your whole
I've got no ears, man. What's going on? How does he know what music sounds like? He has no ears.
You can feel
this
it.
guy's a fraud.
I will say, as always, it is a pleasure to have you on the show. You guys are amazing, and I love chatting with you, following your music. But I have laid down the gauntlet, and I will make sure that to post it as many times as needed. Um, it's a huge travesty that that song has not made it to your top 5. And the fact that Home Away from Home is like one of your early ones, right? That's like,
That's the 30 piece. So right before Rust, that song came out.
oh, it's not that bad then.
Yeah, it's pretty
It,
recent.
it was actually the first one of that last
Isn't it?
EP.
It says 2022 though.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
our return
So
single.
I mean, 2 years. Come on. All right,
Right.
all right. We need to fix
Right.
that. Okay.
That
So we
was
need to
our,
get that fixed. So we're gonna get that fixed this weekend. So that's the gauntlet. I will make sure to put it on all my social media. But Recess, you guys are amazing. I love your music. You're just keep making great music as you've already been doing. I encourage everybody to go out and check their stuff out. Recess is it's the simplest thing to search on any streaming platform. I mean, you don't even have to be great at spelling. It's just such a short, like,
as long as you add band after that, you will find us.
yeah. I
You
mean,
will- You'll
it's
see us in the sun.
Yeah, you'll see
You'll
us
see
like
us, and then you'll
ethereal.
see like 40 other people that have
it's
our
your
exact
favorite
same
thing in high
name.
school
And it's fine.
and elementary school growing up. So I mean, come on, like you should know how.
They should just get rid of copyrights and just let everybody just pick the same name. Like our new name is Imagine Dragons. Like that should be fine. There should just be 50 of them, and the best one wins.
Actually, I follow a rapper. His name is Echo, Ekoh, and he is he makes it very public, but he pays to use samples and name songs a certain way to actually get more stuff. So
Yeah.
he has I'm trying to think of the cartoon, but it's like it's like The Simpsons or something like that, and he has them in the song, and it's just crazy. He samples
That's
all this
cool.
cool stuff.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
And samples like pretty famous songs as well, but I'm sure that costs some money. I mean, Christ, that's
We should just drop 200 grand and get Snoop Dogg on one of our
On
songs.
Rust, Snoop Dogg,
And then
Rust.
yeah.
I was like,
Maybe.
dude, we should just do Cameo. Just pay $2,000 to have somebody go, "Hey, Recess, how you doing? Happy birthday!" And then we just post it.
Happy
We just
birthday.
Well,
we need a real reason. We can't just be like,
you
"We're
know-
a band and we need help." So, like, can you?
you know, Winnie the Pooh and all these Disney stuff are now like free to use. Like
Steamboat
you saw
Willie
that crazy
feature.
horror movie with Winnie the Pooh. Yeah.
Rust
And-
featuring Steamboat Willie.
Yeah.
When you look us up, you'll see this.
There you go.
Focus
It's
in.
blowy.
Oh yeah, no, it's
Yeah, it's
I was
because
gonna
we're in
say,
the sun.
It's
We're
ethereal.
in the
the
sun.
the
that's why.
promo for this, I had to like literally turn the brightness down so much. On
Here, hold on,
that.
hold
I was
on.
like,
Here, I
"Damn,
got you.
it's
If I
a
could do
sunny
it.
day."
I got you. Here, maybe it'll work now. Darken it up.
Did you know that that picture is taken outside of an Applebee's?
Apple, yes, I did, because you shared that, and the title of it says Applebee photo shoot. Your Google Drive gives away
There it
too
is.
much.
Right.
There.
No,
You can
Yeah,
kind
no,
of see
it's
it. It's
great.
us in the sun.
I have
Yeah,
videos.
no, it's
I gotta
awesome.
give. So Vincent makes our TikToks, and there's a video we took after the photo shoot of us just standing outside the Applebee's, going, "Just finished our photo shoot. We're gonna go get some chicken tendies."
And
That's
we
awesome.
didn't.
You should get some sponsorship from them or something. You know?
Dude, if I was sponsored by Applebee's, if I got free Applebee's, I probably wouldn't cook food anymore.
But I have to ask them what came first, the apple or the bee?
Oh boy, that's a dad joke if ever I heard it.
That type of question will get you lost for a long time.
Well,
Hey.
guys, I appreciate you staying up as late as you have. It's obviously really late where you are, and you know, your mom will never forgive me for this one. But I will say that, as always, it's a pleasure, and this is an open invitation to whenever you want to come back and promote your music. I'm happy to have you on. You guys are incredible to talk to, and I just we could sit here talking for hours, but unfortunately, the time zone and everything is going against us, and I don't want to be responsible for anyone not making it to work or creating
we have
more amazing music.
we have
Either or.
three warm milks on the table waiting for us. We need to get to.
Wait, I'm
Oh.
sure. Are you still working for Verizon or someone? Isn't that what you said you were doing before?
Yeah. Since last time we talked, I was zip tied and arm robbed. So that's a true.
That's a
story.
real story.
That actually happened.
Like 3 weeks ago.
You got robbed at Verizon.
He
I
got
was
zip tied.
Zip tied.
They robbed him.
No, here, to be fair, I did not complain. I wasn't like. "Ah." I was just like,
Sure.
nope,
Yeah.
yeah, the lock is blah blah blah.
Nice.
Nope, you want to? Yep, yeah. So, but
Yeah.
no, that actually happened.
Do you still work for them though?
Yeah.
There you go. There's your
No,
sponsorship, Verizon.
they handled it really well.
They should
gave 'em-
sponsor like a tour because
Yeah,
they got national coverage. So when you do a bigger tour, you should just be like Verizon. You know.
they it's not, to anybody watching, it's not worth it to rob Verizon because they got all the phones and like everyone's like arrested and it's over.
Yeah.
Like they didn't even
Of course
get.
not.
No,
It's like America's Dumbest Criminals right there. All the
Right.
IMEI numbers are all over their database, so you can't
Right.
do
Yeah,
anything. with it.
I wasn't worried as much during it because I knew what they wanted and it just Verizon handled it really well. So
Yeah, I was talking to him a couple days after, and I'm like, a lot of people probably think that you were like, oh my God, in your head and stuff. And I was like, no, this is exactly what he probably thought. He was probably like, oh, great. Of course, when I'm on the shift.
that's like I was telling him it's exactly. I was more like annoyed. Like
the thing too is like it's not a funny scenario, but like we just imagine like I told him, I was like, I just imagine him like in zip tie just getting like walked just like to
Yeah.
the back room, and it's funny because it's just Alex just going.
it's just it's crazy.
And he's not hurt, so that's why we can laugh about it.
Yeah. It's hilarious because I just don't know who thinks of going to Verizon. Like, what are you going to rob at Verizon? It's not like they have cash or any of that kind of stuff.
Right. It was very, very stupid, and Verizon just laid the hammer down. Like there was no.
I don't know. I don't know
It's
who.
like, dude, right. It was crazy. If you could look it up, what
I don't know who this guy is,
They
but he's
don't-
saying, dude,
They don't,
he's
they don't want us.
there was a whole
They-
article about it.
Yeah, they don't want us speaking on it. It happened.
It
It's-
never happened. I don't know what we're talking about. This is all going to
It's
be
too late.
cut.
It's in the news.
Yeah.
There's tons of robberies that happen every day, everywhere. So it's just
Facebook are going to probably edit all this out because they do that after the fact. It's always fun.
Yeah. well,
It's okay. Not a big deal. Whatever they got to do. I don't care.
Offensive content was
this is real. This is the unscripted perspective or untouched melodies now.
yeah. We're it's all unscripted, dude. So we can talk about anything. And unfortunately for me, we have done many a time on this show. So what is that? What?
That's a band.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say
Yeah.
he's either dyslexic or he's drunk or both.
No, there's just no space in between the MK and the Ultra.
Oh, MK
I
Ultra.
think MK Ultra is a band.
Well, it's a band and like a secret FBI.
All right, well,
That's
it's been a
code
good
for
night.
stop talking
No.
about the robbery.
So talking about this anyway. Our warm milks are getting cold.
If you say mashed potatoes 3 times, Alex's programming kicks in.
If you open my back,
been
up, there's little
hypnotized.
buttons. There's
Wow,
little
this show
buttons.
just went so off the rails.
Welcome to unscripted conspiracy theories.
There you go. Unbelievable.
You gotta start up the new intro theme.
Yeah.
See dinosaurs.
Well,
and Bigfoot.
as I said, you guys have an open invitation to come back whenever you feel like it. You guys are amazing. I can't
No, no. What have you done?
Can't even.
No.
Oh man, that's amazing.
Now he thinks he's a chicken. Oh,
Stop.
Don't step
As
on
I
the
said,
egg.
you guys have an open invitation. This has been amazing. I really want to see more from you and hear more from you. So I look forward to the video that hopefully isn't going to be like Blair Witch Project or any of that kind of stuff.
no.
It's-
Okay, good.
Dude, it's good.
All right,
Like,
good.
actually. I didn't record it. Anthony did.
Oh, okay.
I did
There we go.
videography for a
You're the tech whiz. You're the singer, and you get robbed. Got it.
That is how it happens. That's actually exactly the opposite.
You get robbed of your time,
yeah,
your talent,
the guy's
and
robbing
your
real
cell
quick.
phone. Got it.
Exactly. That's
Your
what it's all about.
I can't even. Well, as I said, thank you so much for joining the show. This has been the longest outro I've ever done.
Tell your
but-
son we said thank you for the sound bite.
Yes.
Oh yeah, 100%. It's crazy. We did 2 versions because he couldn't decide whether he wanted to welcome you to the show or just say hi. So it was great. It was great. But thank you again, guys. You are amazing, and I really appreciate the friendship and the music and everything. You guys are just phenomenal. So as I said, open invitation whenever you want to come back. As a group, individually, whatever you want to do, I think you guys are all amazing, and I will continue to follow you in your road to success. The gauntlet has been laid down for those who are just joining, and shame on you for joining so late. But get these songs like on the top 5. Like, I don't understand what's going on here.
Of the
We
world.
have Rust Acoustic and The Sound of Giving Up. So we got to get at least 2,000-3,000 on each of those to get them in the top 5. And then the songs from like 2 or 3 years ago can remove themselves and just be like back catalog. So that'll be awesome. But
Born
as
Too
I said,
Late-
until next time, guys, I always appreciate showing off new great music, but these guys are on every streaming service, so go and look them up. Recess, it's the easiest thing in the world to spell. But as always, I will see you again next time with another amazing artist. And if you're interested at all, hit me up on my Instagram or Facebook. It's at Unscripted Productions. And I will be happy to have a conversation and listen to your music. Until next time, guys, thank you so much, and be safe.
This is brought to you by Unscripted Productions. Thanks for being a part of the journey, and be sure to follow us for more info to get new episodes and more great content. And of course, rate this show on your favorite podcast listening platform and leave us a 5-star review. See you here next time.